Yo, check it out, I gotta speak the truth about the hardest working small channel.
Looks like it's Satoshi Nakamoto's birthday this month. Looks like Satoshi Nakamoto is my age. Hey, maybe it's me. Maybe I developed Bitcoin, I had no idea. Welcome back to the CryptoFather channel. Today is the 7th of April. In today's video, some things I'll be talking about. Quick look at Satoshi's birthday. Conor McGregor meme coin goes flop. Arthur Hayes explains how the Fed could send Bitcoin to $1 million. Justin Sun claims that First Digital Trust scandal is significantly worse than FTX. Ethereum has long-term potential, why experts believe in ETH price recovery. The accumulation of 130,000 Ethereum amid price drop, and why Pi Network may never see the light of day on Binance. Remember to smash up the likes on this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get going. We're going to start off with a look at the crypto market. As always, we're presently at $2.5 trillion, massive retracement, $84 billion in trading volume. Ethereum is at $1,500, Bitcoin at $79,000. It cracked the $80,000 resistance, which is not great because everything is tanking today. BNB at 555, at least it's not a 666. Solana at $100, like it's almost at $100, $107. Cardano 58 cents. Toncoin at a flat $3. Polkadot at 372. Litecoin at $71, and Picoin down to 62. And let's have a quick look at Meowcoin. Meowcoin has managed to maintain its market cap despite an obvious dump in everything else, so that's good. The Bitcoin chart is indicating that the 50 MA is about to crack open the 200 MA. So we've got the 10 MA below 200, the 200 MA, and now we've got the 50 MA gunning for that same mark, which is very bearish. That's a very bearish look. Bitcoin has broken below the support of 80,000 right here. Right now we're at 78,000. In 2024, when we hit the all-time high of 74,000, 74,000, and then we saw retracement. We saw a retracement of 33%. So if we were to see another retracement like that today of 33%, we should be seeing a Bitcoin at $73,000. We haven't gotten there yet, but that's basically our support level right here, which is right here indicated at this level. We haven't cleared that space just yet, so there's still potential that we might see Bitcoin go and toy with that level as well. Not a great look for Bitcoin right now. We're at $78,000. So happy birthday, Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin's enigmatic creator turns 50 as Bitcoin becomes US strategic reserve asset. So apparently, obviously, nobody knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is. But while Nakamoto's true identity remains shrouded in mystery, the birth date associated with the pseudonym April 5th, 1975, which is my year of birth as well, and only 4 days apart. Not like that makes any difference, but woohoo, marks a symbolic milestone for the crypto community. Apparently, the entity by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto had registered the pseudonym with P2P Foundation on April 5th, 1975. Some potential significance to the date may be, or it may just be flat out coincident. Historically, April 5th is laden with many notable events that may find too perfect to be coincidental. For instance, on April 5th, 1933, US President Franklin D. Roosevelt signs Executive Order 6102, banning the private ownership of gold. The order criminalized the possession of many forms of gold by individuals and corporations. The year Nakamoto indicated as his birthday, 1975, is also significant. It's the year that Americans were once again allowed to possess gold for the first time since the Executive Order 6102 was enacted. It suggests that the Bitcoin inventor could have purposely chosen a birth date that symbolizes monetary freedom. Humans try to look for meaning in every possible thing. And obviously, to give Satoshi Nakamoto and Bitcoin more credence, more meaning will be sought out. Conor McGregor apparently launched a meme token, which fell flat on its ass, as so many meme tokens go. And I think there's been enough warnings. There have been enough warnings about celebrity tokens, and so maybe people have woken up a little bit and investors shy away from dropping low buckets of money into celebrity tokens, because they tend to go nowhere, and they tend to be 100% rug pulls. I mean, most meme coins tend to be that as well, but celebrity tokens particularly. Conor McGregor-backed crypto token fails to launch, raising just 39% of 1 million pre-sale minimum. A token launched by Real World Gaming DAO and MMA superstar Conor McGregor raised just $392,000 over its 28-hour pre-sale period, failing to hit the 1,008,000 minimum raise to launch. All bids will be refunded, and DAO announced shortly after the pre-sale period closed. Well, that's good. At least that money is going back to investors. The token's failure to launch indicates a market shift away from celebrity-backed tokens as the crypto market struggles and meme coin trading volume continues to diminish. Yeah, maybe right now is not a very good time to be launching a meme coin when the market is in shambles. You know, that's probably just very poorly chosen timing. You want to launch meme coins like that, even though it is a celebrity token, you probably want to launch it during a massive pump, during Bitcoin's all-time high or somewhere in that vicinity, not when everything is looking like the market is going to just completely disintegrate into nothing. They aimed to raise 3.6 million through the Real Tokens pre-sale conducted via a sealed bid auction. However, after 28 hours, the ERC20 tokens secured just 392,000 in commitments from investors below the listed minimum raise target of $1 million. So the target raise was 3.6 million. Minimum raise to launch the token was $1 million, and they never got even to that. They had a 2 billion real tokens supply, 60 million real tokens available, which is 3%. I wonder what the rest would have been doing. Unlock cliff 12 hours, basically a pump and dump. So not a very good look here. Token sale at 6 cents. This just looks like bad tokenomics. Then crypto trades Bitcoin. That's the second liquidity grab done as well. Going to be an interesting daily close today. I think most people would be best off to set alerts at 76k and 89k and log off. So basically his liquidity is set to these levels, which are pretty similar to my levels as well. 79 here. The next one would be 76, would be pretty low. I think we're looking at 73 rather. Yeah, this would be the next one here, 73 rather than 78, 76. I guess that's it. This is 76, and then the next one would be 73. Another post from Dean Crypto Trades. Bitcoin, that's the 81k level, swept completely now. We had about 3 equal lows around there, so a lot of long stops got taken out below that point. Other levels of interest marked on the chart. There's the liquidity at 76, 79, and of course he's not showing the other ones that I just mentioned at 73, which I think is also a potential stop for Bitcoin if it does continue to break below the levels discussed. Do not mistake a delayed reaction for relative strength. COVID-20, Fed pivot 2022, tariffs 2025. Arthur Hayes explains how the Fed could send Bitcoin to $1 million. Former BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes has outlined a scenario in which the Federal Reserve monetary policy could drive Bitcoin to the unprecedented price of $1 million per coin. In a recent interview with early Bitcoin investor Kyle Chassie, Hayes explained why Bitcoin's value is now primarily determined by global fiat liquidity rather than technology or adoption cycles. Bitcoin has transitioned from this sort of technological digital bear asset into the best smoke alarm for fiat liquidity that we have globally. According to Hayes, while Bitcoin's technological underpinnings remain solid and primarily unchanged, its price action is increasingly tied to central bank policies, particularly those of the Federal Reserve. He emphasizes that he focuses entirely on liquidity when analyzing Bitcoin's price trajectory. Powell said that in the future, we might allow our mortgage-backed security runoff, which is about 35 billion a month, to be negated by buying 35 billion a month of treasuries. That's very possible for dollar liquidity. Perhaps most significantly, Hayes highlighted Powell's comment that the inflationary aspects of tariffs are transitory, suggesting the Fed views any price increases from Trump's trade policies as temporary disruptions rather than persistent inflation. Tariffs don't matter anymore to Powell, and they shouldn't matter anymore as crypto investors. If Trump does 50% or 2%, it doesn't matter because we know that Powell's going to continue to provide the monetary conditions that we need. This policy shift has made Hayes extremely bullish on crypto's trajectory. When pressed about price targets, Hayes mentioned his previously stated 1 million Bitcoin prediction, noting it could also be 660,000 or 500,000 or 250,000 or some round number that the human mind finds significant. Very interesting. So we go from 1 million to 250,000. But I guess the main idea is that the bear market isn't here yet and the bull run isn't over just yet. In a Thursday tweet, Hayes emphasized the importance of Bitcoin maintaining support above $76,500 until US tax day on April 15th, which is not very far away. And Justin Sun claims first digital trust scandal is significantly worse than FTX. Could we see another massive black swan event? Justin Sun claims first digital trust issuer of the FDUSD stablecoin misconduct is far worse than that of the bankrupt FTX exchange. In an April 5th post on X, Sun compared FTX to the new defunct FTX exchange, claiming the FDT case is 10 times worse. Sun argued that while FTX misused users' funds, the exchange at least maintained an internal system that portrayed the activity as pledged loans. He explained that FTX used assets like FTT, SRM, and MAPS tokens as collateral in transitions that on the surface had some structure. In contrast, Sun claims First Digital Trust outright stole funds without user consent or any internal pledge mechanisms. FTT simply siphoned off $456 million from TUSDT's custodial funds without client authorization or acknowledgement or knowledge, and booked as loans to a dubious third-party Dubai company without any collaterals. Sun noted that much of the funds that were misused by Sam Bankman-Fried went into investments in reputable firms such as Robinhood and AI company Anthropic. On the other hand, Sun alleged that the FDT diverted users' assets into private entities for personal gain without any meaningful investment. Sun also took aim at FDT CEO Vincent Chokzhu, criticizing his apparent indifference following the exposure of the alleged misconduct. According to him, Chok has shown no intention of taking responsibility. This contrasts with SBF, who took steps to cover user assets and cooperated with authorities. Considering this development, the Tron founder urged Hong Kong authorities to take swift action. He called for a response similar to that of US regulators during the FTX collapse. To support investigations, Sun has launched a 50 million bounty program aimed at exposing the alleged misconduct. He also met with Hong Kong lawmakers Johnny Wu to discuss potential regulatory actions. Justin Sun turning to the legal arm of cryptocurrencies. Ethereum has long-term potential. Why experts believe in ETH price recovery. Apparently, their 130,000 ETH have been acquired by whales, and Ethereum has had a pretty bad run of it over the past 3 months. The only other time actually we've had in 2018, Ethereum has had a pretty bad streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months straight of red candles, of red rather, not candles, but here January, February, and March, all 3 months red for Ethereum. April right now is indicated as being green, although we're seeing a $1,500 Ethereum right now, which is not a very good look. But historically, March are considered strong months for Ethereum. As indicated here, we've had mostly green in April as well. And we haven't really seen an all-time high on Ethereum since November 10th, 2021. The ongoing slump has raised concerns in the crypto community that Ethereum may be heading in the wrong direction. Of course, we all want Ethereum and all other cryptocurrencies to be heading up, not down. Ethereum is going through a bit of an identity crisis that runs deeper than just its recent price dip. The Duncan upgrade, which was meant to boost scalability and lower transaction costs, has unintentionally made scaling Ethereum's biggest enemy. In trying to make the network faster and more affordable, it's also reduced the fees that flow through the system, fees that are a key way investors assess the network's value. So while the user experience improves, the revenue side takes a hit, and that's reflected in ETH's price. Knur also pointed to growing concerns around the economic structure of Ethereum, particularly the role of layer 2 networks. Ethereum's recent price drop isn't just about market cycles or short-term sentiment. It's a reflection of deeper shifts happening across the ecosystem. On one side, there is rising competition. Blockchains like Solana are making a strong comeback, and newer platforms like Aptos and Sui are gaining traction. They're starting to challenge Ethereum's role as the go-to layer 1 for developers and users alike. At the same time, Ethereum remains one of the most attractive crypto assets for institutional investors. Despite ongoing debates around the project's development, the network has shown resilience. Tim Dalhees adds that Ethereum's inclusion in the US reserve, reportedly tied to Donald Trump, could play a role in price recovery. Obviously, Ethereum is being scooped up left and right by institutional investors, and Trump's crypto venture holds a whack of Ethereum as well, a large bulk of it. So despite the fact that Ethereum is not looking too good right now, there is an accumulation happening in the back that people don't realize, I think. A whale just bought the dip, dropping 11.5 million USDC on 6,488.5 ETH at 1772. And right now, ETH has dipped even further to, what are we at, 1,500? At 1,500. So let's actually have a look at the ETH chart. The ETH chart is not looking very healthy. It's well below the parallel channel that I drew along the chart. And we're at a sell, close to a bottoming out at the 75% discount rate here for Ethereum. So Ethereum was meant to be skirting along this bottom line of the parallel channel, which apparently is not happening. It broke well below that, and we're looking at prices that were similar to 2023. Yeah. So Ethereum is not looking too good right now. The all-time high was in 2021 when Ethereum hit $4,000, almost $5,000 here, $4,800, and we haven't hit an all-time high since. So hopefully Ethereum is going to rip through all these bear blockades over the next little while, and we can see the promised land of $10,000 Ethereum. And Pi Network news today: experts finally reveal why Binance might never list Pi coin. Probably because it's just not a very attractive asset. Basically, some of the things that are listed are limited open market activity, unclear tokenomics, regulatory concerns, lack of liquidity and market activity, and centralization issues. All of these things may make Pi coin a very unattractive asset to be listed on Binance and probably on many other exchanges, as well as a questionable asset to invest into. It was fine and good when people were mining it for free on their phones, but I'm not sure how many people actually would want to invest into this project. Although I gotta say that it's, a lot more enticing than, for example, a Conor McGregor meme coin. It certainly definitely carries a lot more utility than a Conor McGregor meme coin. So there is that. Still, do remember to pick up the Cent wallet. They're still on sale. You still get a $30 discount on these biometric wallets from the Cent with the CryptoFather discount code below the video, and you get a $99 discount if you purchase a bundle of 2 of those wallets right now with a ref code below the video. So get yourself one of those. Also, check out all the videos on mobile mining. I continue to make profits in ton on my trading bot on Telegram. I've got a video posted on that. Links are below the video, so take a look at that and start making some free ton on your Telegram wallets as well. Do share this video with a larger audience. help me grow the channel. Thank you for your support, all that good stuff. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I appreciate the hell out of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. See you on Tuesday. Peace.